All right, everybody. We are back, I believe.
We are back.
All right, let's
Hello.
get to the down and dirty of our main topic of today, which is it's at the bottom of the screen here, anime.
Aha, anime waifu.
This is gonna get
With
weird.
100% more waifus.
Yeah, yep, uh-huh.
Um, or
So
50%, as Josh said.
yeah, yep. I counted us as 25% each. I don't know why. I was just dumb, I guess.
There we go, man.
Well, I considered mine 25% because I haven't watched anime in a while, and that's why it was really why I had a hard time with my list. So, uh,
Yeah, so I was going to say the reason why my list is going to be. Listen, how many more are we supposed to have? We're
I
supposed
don't.
to be 15 again?
I think so, but I actually got 16, which is kind of hilarious.
So I couldn't even get 15. I got like 14.
It's okay.
I have a few honorable mentions only because some of these I'm not sure if they're like anime or not. So I was like, well, is that anime? Is that not anime? Anyway,
Mine aren't in any particular order, either.
mine aren't either. I just like wrote them down. I don't even have them numbered. So
Like,
they're just like on there.
so I don't know about you, but the reason I had such a hard time with this is just because I haven't watched. I used to be big into anime years ago, but I haven't watched anything recent in a while. And,
So
and I didn't
so
put down any
my
movies because I haven't seen a lot of them. So
yeah, I only put shows as well. If it was movies, I would have had more stuff on here because I've seen more anime movies as well. But we only did TV shows.
yeah,
Maybe next time we do this, we can add in movies. But anyway,
yeah. But I haven't
for
seen a lot
now,
of movies, so
we only did TV shows.
uh,
Which, by the way, the reason why I couldn't come up with an appropriate list is because I just have not seen a lot of anime. There's
I,
a lot that I want to check out, but I just have not had the chance to watch yet.
what's funny is
So,
most of mine are going to be old. Well, a lot of mine are going to be old from years ago.
so because of that reason, that I just have not seen a lot of anime, my list is there's gonna be a lot of stuff on here that's I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess we're just gonna have to
Let's hop
talk
into it.
about it as we
Yeah,
go along with
let's
it.
do that.
So yeah. All right, man. So you want to go first, or should I go?
You
I
you
always go
go.
first. Huh?
You can
I
go
always go
first.
first. I feel like maybe you should go first this
You want me
time.
to go first? All right, I'll go
Yeah, go for
first.
it,
I'll
man.
go first.
I always go first. You should go first
Uh,
this time.
so the first thing I have on here is an anime from it's from 2007, and it is
Okay.
called Darker Than Black.
Uh-huh.
It was a yeah. Let's see what it was made by. Guys, I'm looking it up as I go because I didn't have time to do it.
So Darker Than Black is something that I have not seen, but I know Josh has been telling me that I should check it out.
Just the
I
first
want to
season.
check it out, but I just have not had the chance. It's definitely on my list though, so I will have to watch it at some point.
It has some of the best combat music ever. But yeah, I'll give you the kind of like the plot. Um, 10 years ago, a mysterious anomaly now known as Heaven's Gate appeared in South America. It's shortly followed by something called the opening of Hell's Gate in Tokyo, altering the sky and wreaking havoc on the landscape. The real stars disappeared, replaced by false stars. During this time, people possessing special abilities, called contractors, emerge, each capable of different supernatural feats. Each contractor has a corresponding fake star which reacts to their activities. As such, contractors are usually identified by their star's catalog number. Kept secret from the masses, these individuals are known to murder in cold blood, smothering unnecessary emotions with logic and rationality. Their incredible abilities, however, are gained at the cost of their humanity. Contractors are thus named because of an involuntary compulsion to pay the price each time their power is used, which can range from eating particular foods or completing meaningless tasks to self harm and changing their bodies in peculiar ways. Various nations and organizations around the world train and utilize contractors as spies and assassins, resulting in violent battles for valuable objects and information. Following the disastrous Heavens War, the United States lost its dominant position as a superpower to a mysterious organization known as the Syndicate. And the story revolves around a Chinese contractor codenamed Hey. He. Hey. I can't remember exactly how it's pronounced. It's spelled Hei. as he undertakes various espionage and assassination missions in Tokyo under the direction of the aforementioned syndicate. But yes, it's a very interesting anime. It's got a lot of action, a lot of cool music, and it has a second season that is terrible. Do not watch the second season. Just watch season 1 and let it end there. I really enjoyed this. I was 17 when this series aired, and I watched it when every episode came out. It's super heavy on the action and science fiction and mystery and thriller genres, so I'm a big fan. Big
Yeah.
fan of Darker Than Black, and it has. I
It
love the
sounds
music.
cool. I definitely want to check it out because I have not. So again, this might have been on my list if I'd seen it. I just haven't though. That's why it's not on here.
Yeah, boy, you should check it out. Everybody should check it out. It's good.
Yeah,
Just
I
explore
will.
it.
Yeah, I want to eventually. But again, it's my issues that I just have way too many things to catch up on. So
Yeah,
I'll
no,
get to
you're
it at some point.
good. Next up, I have one that Blindwave has watched, Code Geass. Now this
Yes.
one might be my favorite anime ever, really, to be honest.
Code Geass.
Yeah, Code Geass is
Yeah.
so good, and this aired in like 2006 to 2007 and like 8 was season 2. It was in season 2 was 2008. I watched it after it aired, so I don't remember how old I was, so it's been a while. Um, but it just it's mecha, man. It's got your mechs and it's an alternative timeline, which I find fascinating. Um, but yeah, you follow a character named Lelouch, uh, as he gains the power of the thing called the Geass, which kind of allows him
The
to give commands
Geass.
and like kind of mind control. Uh, Yeah, and he kind of leads this rebellion against like this thing. It's so complicated. I can't even explain to you. I could read everything on here and it wouldn't make any sense probably. Um, but this I actually cried when this series ended. Like it hit me emotionally. It was so
Dang. Yeah, I heard
super.
about this. I remember you talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the very few things that I've actually cried at. So good.
Again, it's something that I have not seen, but I want to check out because I hear that it's great. So it's just something that's again on my list. I gotta check it out. I don't have much to say about it personally because I need to see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's got a lot of
I
cool
hear it's good.
characters.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of good action, a lot of great story, and a lot of great just emotions in it. It's probably my
awesome.
favorite thing on the list, to be honest.
Cool, cool.
Next up I have Bleach, but I have it in parentheses, Soul Society arc, because after that arc is over, I don't like Bleach anymore.
Oh damn.
I feel like after that arc is over, Bleach goes downhill. Uh, so fast. I do not like it at all after that arc is over.
Jeez. At
Uh,
all after the arc?
yeah, pretty much. Like there's a few things in it that are okay,
Oof.
but after that arc's over,
Oof.
which is
Oof.
like that's the
Oof.
first big arc. Uh,
Man.
and no, Loki, like I said before, I haven't watched many of the movies.
Bleach is bad for your health.
The
So,
only
look,
anime movie I ever saw was Ninja Scroll, which granted it's a badass anime movie, but yeah, and it's old as shit. But yeah, on the subject of Bleach, Soul Society arc, that's watch it up to there, and then once that's over, just stop watching Bleach. Um, I
yeah,
like
Bleach is something
they got a lot of cool
that
characters, so
it's one of those popular animes that everybody likes that I just have not seen at all. So
hmm
nothing is I don't even know what this is about really. So I don't know.
what's funny is
Can't contribute much to this.
the big reason I watched Bleach was that I watched the dub, and the main character is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, who plays the fucking one of the Power Rangers.
Oh,
He was the second Black Power Ranger, Adam. He played Adam Park. And I
cool.
liked him in a lot of things, and I still like him in a lot of things. Granted, he's like the voices from Devil May Cry. He's Nero. But yeah. But yeah, you have some great characters, and they're like I don't even know how to describe Bleach to anybody. That's probably gonna be my moniker for every anime on here. I have no idea how to describe this. It's just cool. Go watch it.
I just like them. Yeah.
I just like it. I can't describe it to you. No, that's not true. They're like
Yeah.
soul reapers. That's what they're called, or death gods. And
Soul Reapers, huh?
yeah, and they have the like one of the cool reasons I like this is because they all have these badass swords, and they all change and can get really cool powers, and a lot of the characters are super cool. So, uh, but yeah. Also, you will
Cool.
say Bankai a lot.
Bankai?
Bankai.
Bankai.
Like super dramatic, and then the music will kick in and be super badass.
Bankai! No.
Bankai.
Somebody just needs
It's a
to
great
edit that
soundtrack.
music.
Uh,
Cool, man.
but yeah,
Soundtrack is good, you said?
soundtrack good. It has some of one of my favorite battle musics ever. But yeah.
Nice.
Next up, I have one that pretty much everybody watches at some point. I feel, and that is
Mhm.
Naruto.
Naruto. Yeah.
And Naruto. I came to Naruto late, so Naruto um is the show that makes you want to eat ramen a lot. Um, uh, yeah, from like 2000 to 2007 for like the first series, and then the second series ran from like 2007 to like so many episodes, dude, so many episodes. Like I think like combined just like over 700 episodes or something like that. It's crazy.
Mhm.
But a lot of it's filler. I watched even the filler, so which will make you hate an anime. Um,
Yeah, I hear
uh,
that this is one of those like super long animes that just like goes on for fucking ever.
I ended up reading the manga to finish it, and I did not like how it ended,
Mhm.
to be quite honest. But
Oof.
um, but they went that direction, and that's fine. I think it has a satisfactory, kind of like we did with our Game of Thrones. It's like, I wasn't crazy over it, but that's how it ended. That's how
Yeah.
it ended, kind of deal. Um,
Ugh, Game of Thrones, yeah.
and it's got its own spin-off series that they're doing now.
Boruto or something, I think, right?
Yeah, Boruto.
Yeah,
Um,
Boruto. I know Rob always talks about or had
I haven't watched it at all. Um, but
no.
great characters, and the anime itself had some of the best music as well, and
Cool.
and and a varied amount of just cool badasses in Ninja. I like that world. I would like to play. I feel like you could play a tabletop RPG in that world very easily, or adapt it to your
Mm.
own tabletop thing. A world of ninjas and spy missions and great
I mean, yeah, ninjas are pretty cool, so
assassinations. Yeah.
yeah.
And what I liked about it is like they did the two series, and like it kind of grew with you because like in the first series they're kind of kids and they go on a lot of missions and shit happens, and in the second series they're teenagers and they're still kind of dealing with fallouts of things that happened in the and there's a time skip that happens, and they're teenagers and they're still dealing with things, and a lot of good little mysteries. I love Naruto, but it's not at the top of my list. That's for Code Geass
Gotcha.
and this next anime that
I again have not seen. I have not seen Naruto. Another one of the like super popular animes that I just never watched. So, I actually, there might have been instances like on TV where like back in the day where it might have been on, and then like it just flipping through channels or like something I was watching and then ended and then that was next or whatever. But I haven't like actually ever seen it
yes.
anyway.
Um, Next up, I have it divided like a slash in between it, kind of like we did with Justice League, and that's because it's Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Um,
Aha. So I'm gonna go ahead before you continue. I'm
go
gonna
for
go
it.
ahead and say that I was originally gonna do that as well. Gonna have like we did with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, just have them together. But I couldn't fucking add. I couldn't come up with other things to add to my list, so I separated
Oh,
them.
I see. You wanted to go ahead.
So that takes up 2 spots for me,
That's
only
fair.
only because I could not come up with other stuff.
That's
But
fair.
originally, my plan was to put them together. But anyway, we'll just talk about it here because
Yeah.
they are on my list as well. So
Uh, Everybody remembers if you were a kid in the
yeah,
'90s coming home from school and turning
of
on
course,
Toonami and watching Dragon Ball Z or Dragon
yeah,
Ball
dude.
that came on later on.
I have lots of fond memories about Toonami, dude. I fucking love that shit, man.
Uh,
Just yeah, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Fucking little kid Goku with his monkey tail and like
yeah, fighting the Red Ribbon
Bulma
Army,
and whatnot. Yeah,
King
dude,
Piccolo, and all
absolutely.
those guys.
Absolutely, dude.
Little kid
Absolutely.
Krillin.
Which,
uh,
funnily enough, is the only Dragon Ball anything that I've seen. Is just Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I know there's like so many shows now or whatever. I have not kept up with any of that. I just know these two OG like
I'm
original
the
stuff.
same actually. I think there's Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super rather,
Yeah,
and
there's Dragon
then
Ball Super right now, but like I've only ever seen these two, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
I've seen some of the movies. Um, uh, what can you say about Dragon Ball other than it's just it's badass, right? Like just
It's a
has
fun, yeah, it's a fun show, man, and like they're going after the Dragon Balls and stuff, and it's good, man. It's funnier, I think, than Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball Z was more focused on like it was one of those shows that like moves along with its grows up with its audience or
audience, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, and they were focusing on more of the kick assery and like I think more people began to like die in that show and whatnot.
And
Yeah, it was
yeah.
cool, man. I definitely, like you said, I have fond memories of like watching that shit on Toonami, man, because it was awesome, awesome, awesome stuff.
Yeah. And
So
then
who?
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z, my probably my absolute,
yeah, good stuff,
probably like
man.
right after Code Geass.
Trunks is my boy. I don't know if you have a favorite character, but for me, Trunks has always been like the dude that's been like my favorite Dragon
Um,
Ball character.
I was always a Gohan fan, and then
Okay.
like later on, like he's kind of whiny first, but as he grows up, I think he gets more and more badass. And then I felt like he kind of got neutered, so it was kind of lame.
Oh,
And then I also love Vegeta, so
Vegeta, yeah. It's
yeah,
over 9,000.
9,000. Vegeta has one of the badass, all the themes, all the character themes out of this world. All the music in Dragon Ball and or Dragon Ball Z in particular was absolute the best. Uh, and a lot of great action. But I will say Dragon Ball Z has some of the worst filler arcs of all time that are just terribly boring and awful. So yeah,
Yeah, but again, who doesn't know about Dragon Ball? Like everybody knows.
Dragon Ball Z. Next time, you guys don't know. Anybody that's not ever seen it will never understand the frustration of somebody going for a whole episode to get ready to charge an
Yeah,
attack, and then it end and be like next time on Dragon Ball Z.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That's like a whole meme, and we'll find out next week on the next episode of Dragon Ball
Ball
Z.
Z. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I
Uh,
had both of these shows on my list as well. Good memories about these. Had to include them in here. So this is the first two shows, or if you want to count them as one, which I think we both do. We can both count them as one, even though they're two separate shows. So they're both on our list. Yeah, first stuff that's on both of our lists. Cool.
mhm.
What else you got?
Next up, I wonder how many people actually know this one. It's called Toradora. So,
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
Toradora is a romantic comedy, slice of life anime about a guy named Ryuji Takasu. And I'm just gonna read. He's like crushing on this. Here, I'll just read the plot on the wiki that says. Um, Ryuji is frustrated trying to look his best as he enters the second year of high school. Despite his gentle personality, his eyes give him the appearance of an intimidating delinquent. He is happy to be classmates with his best friend, Yusaku Kitamura, as well as the girl he has a crush on, Minori Kushida. However, he unexpectedly runs into the school's most dangerous animal of the highest risk level, Taiga Asaka, who just happens to be Minori's best friend. Taiga has a negative attitude towards others and has a habit of snapping violently at people. She takes an instant dislike to Ryuji, and it turns out she's living in the same apartment facing Ryuji's house. When Ryuji discovers that Taiga has a crush on Yusaku, and Taiga finds out that Ryuji's affections toward Minori, they make an arrangement to help each other set each other up with their crushes. And I love it so much. You guys will laugh because I love the romantic shit. There's a couple of romantic animes on here that I just really enjoy. Um, But yeah, Toradora is absolutely one of my favorites, and I'd probably put it on third on my list behind
Oh,
um
really? Number three, huh?
if
Behind Code Geass and.
in Dragon Ball if I had to, which I don't, but
Hmm,
that's just goes to show you how much I actually really do enjoy this show. Um, it had 25 episodes,
cool, man.
and it's just funny and fun and romantic, and it has such a satisfying ending. And I highly recommend it to anybody that's into that stuff. It's super.
Awesome.
Uh, yeah,
Again, another thing that I just have not seen.
yeah. Um, moving on from Toradora, we have a Gundam show. Um,
Oh, is it the same one that I have? I wonder.
I doubt
Because
it.
I have
I'd be
I have a
surprised.
Gundam one on here.
I have
Which one is
Mobile
it?
Suit Gundam 00. Um, so
Ah.
this one is my favorite Gundam series. It has 2 seasons, and they're both incredible. It's probably my favorite Gundam series I've ever seen. Uh, a lot of complicated characters, a lot of great action, a lot of just badass mecha fighting. Um, it's set in 2307 AD, and as a result of the depletion of fossil fuels, humanity has had to search for a new source of power. The power has been found in the form of multiple massive arrays of solar power collectors orbiting the Earth. Um, and they're like all controlled by these different factions, and like the main character was like a child soldier that gets older, like that has gotten older, and it's kind of dark and gritty, and it's one of my absolute favorites. Uh, uh, Gundam shows, mecha shows out there. If you haven't seen Gundam 00, add it to your list because trust me, it is one of the best ones. Absolutely. I haven't watched a lot of Gundam shows either, but definitely one of the best.
Hmm.
Uh, but moving on from that, we have one from my childhood that I'll just be honest with you, I don't remember it that well.
Hmm.
But they're remaking it. Netflix is remaking it apparently. Um,
Oh, really?
which is Saint Seiya: Knights of the Zodiac. Now this was on
Oh.
Toonami for a while, I want to say, but um, it focuses on like these knights that are kind of based like these Greek gods kind of deal, and they get like these protective armor called saints, I think, or something like that. Um,
So I didn't a while back. I heard that Netflix was remaking, they're redoing this show. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Um,
pretty cool.
to be honest with you, it's mostly on here for nostalgia. I don't remember a lot about it. But again, I was coming up with a list, and like Daniel had a hard time. I was like, well, I remember watching it and liking
Yeah,
it.
we both listen. Some of these, like, I just haven't seen enough anime. That's the problem, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested in seeing the remake. But I just like a lot of what made this cool to me was just because it has to do with like Greek gods and constellations and armors that looked really dope. And I think there was a lot of toys. I can't remember, but I want to say there was some fucking badass toys for this show. Uh, Next up, I have one that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fucking butcher it. Um, called Chrome Shelled Regios. I'm gonna type it in the chat, guys. It's hard to pronounce that last word. There it is. Um, this is a badass alternate Earth. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. I think it was one of those novels that was a thing, like a light novel, and then they eventually made it into an anime. But apparently, there's like several different versions of the light novels with different endings, so it gets kind of weird or something like that. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, here I'll read what it's about. In an alternate Earth overrun with mutated nano machine beasts called filth monsters, humanity is forced to live in large mobile cities called regios. and learn to use weapons called the dites, D-I-T-E. Um, and harnessing the power of ki to defend themselves. The truth is that these people are but yeah. Anyway, sorry, I was getting into spoilers. I didn't want to read those out loud.
No, you good,
I
man.
was like, wait, that's spoilers. Um, but yeah, there's a guy shows up going to this like academy, military academy. Um, and like they have like these kind of games, and then like when they and like he's trying to hide how good of a fighter he is, but it's good. There's some romance, a little light romance in it. There's a lot of adventure and action, and it has one of the best, coolest. All right, I'm not holding back any more moments in an anime series, in my opinion, in it, because the music just kicks up and he just fucking destroys this dude when he stops holding back, and it's so good. Which is, I think, is the thing that happens in anime all the time, but it's so good. It's one of my favorites. It only ran for one season. I always wanted it
Hmm.
to get a season 2 because it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger. But yeah. Next up, I don't know if you actually watched this, but you may have. I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I have not, but again, I hear it's really good. I have to check it out. I do.
Um, so I watched the original Full Metal Alchemist anime series, which they ended with a movie. Um, and when they announced that they were redoing it for Brotherhood with the correct ending from the manga, I was like, oh fuck yeah. Um, Full Metal Alchemist is probably right after Toradora, or it might even be like right before Toradora, but it's right there with it at the very least. Um, for me, which their world is inhabited by alchemists, and you follow Edward and his brother Alphonse as they go on a quest to hunt down this thing called the Philosopher's Stone, which kind of
And I
lets you
already
buy
pull.
lets you bypass the rules because there's rules for alchemy, which is kind of like their magic how it works in here, and a lot of science and study. Um, super good music, super great characters, and again, it kind of matures. The characters kind of get a little older as it goes on, and
Cool.
literally probably one of the most satisfying endings you will ever get out of an anime or a manga, either
Oh,
one.
really?
Um,
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of anime ends on just a fucking sour ass note, and Brotherhood absolutely does not. It totally delivers on its ending, which makes me very happy.
Nice.
Next up, I have one that I severely doubt many people have probably never even heard of, or you may have heard of it, but you don't know it as an anime. It's called The Tower of Duraga, The Aegis of
Okay.
Uruk.
Yeah,
So
definitely didn't know about this one.
The Tower of Duraga was originally a video game, and the point of the game is you have to climb all these floors and fight the big bad at the end. I think it's been a while, um, and that's kind of like how it happens in a TV series. It has 2 seasons, and this first season leaves on a massive cliffhanger, and they come back and have a second season, which ties everything up nicely. I don't know how many people actually know about this. I loved it when it came out and aired. I probably still love it if I watched it now. Um, but yeah, you follow all these cool characters as they climb the tower. And I can't really talk too much about the second season because that's definitely spoilers. But in the first season, uh,
Hmm.
it's crazy.
Cool, man.
Uh,
Yeah, I like I said, I hadn't even heard about it, so I
yeah,
just not.
I don't know how many
I don't
people
know.
have,
I don't know
to be
about it.
honest with you. I think it's one of those that's kind of not as popular or popular at all. I really enjoyed it. Next up, I have one that I'm pretty sure Daniel has, and it's Pokemon.
Yep, I do have this one on my list. I wanna be
The
the very
very best that
that
no
no
one
one
ever
ever was.
was.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Pokemon, man. It's a definitely, absolutely one that I had to include on here. It's one that I again, I remember watching this, like, catch it on like Cartoon Network or whatever the hell it was on.
I think it was Cartoon.
Yeah, and then yeah, man, it was something that I, watched a whole lot of. Like
We all grew up with this show.
I was super into Pokemon back in the day, man. I had like the cards, which I don't know what happened to them, man. I had like a shit ton of cards, and I don't know. Over the years, I've just like I don't know what happened to them. But anyway, I had the cards. I had like some of the I had the games. Certainly, I had Pokemon shit. So yeah, it was one of those things that certainly my generation grew up with.
And I think this generation's now still growing up with it because that show is still going.
Yeah, because it's still going. I only really saw the first two gens though, like Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon
Kinda.
stuff.
I fell off of it too after a couple.
Yeah, because after that, I sparingly know things here and there.
I
But
started enjoying the games more than I did the show as I got older.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Pokemon, absolutely. The song is like one of the greatest things ever.
Poor Ash never gets any respect. I think that's probably why I stopped watching it, to be honest. But yeah, everybody loved Pokemon, and still do. Your boy Pikachu.
Absolutely, Pikachu, man, Pika.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Dragonite.
Dragonite. Mm-hmm. I was always a Charizard.
Charizard again, yeah. Those like dragon types are fucking awesome.
All the starters from Gen 1 are pretty dope.
Yeah, all the Gen 1 starters are great. I like all the legendaries from Gen 1 as well.
Yeah.
Like Articuno and
we'll have to do an episode
Zapdos,
where we rank our Pokemon.
Moltres. Oh, Jesus. I mean, for me, basically, it's just going to be Gen 1 and Gen 2 stuff because that's most of what I know.
But
there's a command
in the chat, by the way. If you type exclamation point catch, you will catch a Pokemon.
This is for Twitch, so if you're on YouTube watching this, you got to come watch us live, and then you can do exclamation point catch in the chat.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Pokemon. Hey, there you go.
Taker got him a Dragonair. Nice.
I got a Mr. Mime.
You got a Mr. Mime. That's too good.
Which, by the way, yeah, there was recently a Detective Pikachu movie that came out this year.
I haven't seen it yet, man.
I have not seen it, but I definitely plan on checking it out. So, yeah, man, Pokemon, good stuff. Definitely had to be on here for me. It was like
same.
It was probably like one of the first ones that I thought of. I was like, oh, definitely.
Even if I don't like it much now, for the impact it had on my childhood, it has to be there.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of same for this next show for me. Segue.
Oh, yeah?
Into Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is also on my list.
I have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards are still fucking over there.
I have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have them somewhere. I don't know where they are.
Keep them busy for a second while I grab this shit.
All right, so he's gonna go get his Pokemon or his Yu-Gi-Oh. Jesus, I almost said Pokemon cards. His Yu-Gi-Oh cards. While I was trying to think of some shows to add onto this list, Yu-Gi-Oh had not been there originally, but I was like, well, fuck, man. I gotta add some stuff on here. I used to watch some Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. I was never like too hardcore into the Yu-Gi-Oh show. I was more somebody who had to do more with the actual cards. But I did watch some of the show, so I definitely did end up adding this show onto the list. And I have it on here for that very reason. As you guys know, you got your Dark Magician, you got your Blue Eyes White Dragon, your Red Eyes Black Dragon, all that shit. I had those fucking cards, man.
Look, guys, who remembers this fucking box? Your boy Joey Wheeler, okay, with his Red Eyes Black Dragon right there. Now look, I'm a big nerd. I kept this shit. Look, this is back from my school days. Check this shit out. I got some Japanese.
There you go. Josh has his cards in there.
Yep. I even got some Japanese shit in there.
Dang, he still has that stuff.
I have one of the Egyptian god cards that you got from a special a promotion thing. The Winged Dragon of Ra, if those of you that remember that.
Yes.
I hung on to all my cards, and these right here are my favorites. Check it out. They're still pristine, man. Still pristine. You got your ritual cards.
Look at that.
You got your Skull Knight. I got some your Black Skull fucking dragon fusion. Okay, look, I'm nerdy as shit. You got your flame swordsman. You
Do
got
you
your
have your cards like in those like card protector things?
yes. So these are these things you used to get, right?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I had a bunch of those too, man.
Fucking Thousand Dragons, which is super fucking cool fusion card.
Yeah,
Your
man.
Buster Blader. Oh my
Nice.
goodness, my blue eyes. One of those got put in the washing machine.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
uh,
In the washing machine. What?
yeah, I left it in my pocket and didn't realize it.
Oh man.
Um,
Yeah, Kitty's asking for that dark magician.
I got it. It's in here somewhere. That's a rolling. There's my time wizard. I
Yeah,
got it. I
man.
know I have
Yeah.
one. I got Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl.
Oh yeah, there was both of those exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Uh,
I don't think I ever had the girl. I had the normal dark magician
Here's
though.
Dark Sage, which is like
The
an
dude,
old
the dark
old
magician.
Dark Magician. To get this guy out, you had to do some crazy shit with like a time wizard.
Hmm.
What else do I got? Where's my? I know I have a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl in here somewhere. Here's Dark Magician.
Hey, found it.
There's your boy.
There it is. Yeah, I remember that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I remember that. I had that one.
I was nerdy
Very,
as a
very cool.
mofo, guys. I'm still nerdy to this day. I still have my cards, and I will probably always have these cards.
Nice. Yeah, you should definitely take care of those, man. Because
Here,
again, I don't know where the hell my cards went, man. But both my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I had a bunch of them for both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and I don't know where the hell they ended up. So
there's no telling how much money I spent on this as a kid. I used to buy just packs and packs and packs and packs. Oh look, I got all the Magnet Warriors. Check this out. I got fucking Alpha and fucking I got Beta and fucking Gamma. I got Gamma too. Look at that. I got all the
oh,
Magnet Warriors.
he's got them all.
Gotta catch 'em all. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't know where my Dark Magician Girl is. She's in here somewhere. I have a lot of cards. I know I have one. But yeah, I absolutely love this. This was like the thing in school.
It was the thing in school. Yeah, I remember that.
Pokemon. I have another Dark Magician. One isn't as cool.
I remember there being like Yu-Gi-Oh card battles at lunch and shit, dude. Just like everybody
Yeah.
busting them out.
And
Like,
trading
man.
cards. Like I traded
Yeah.
a lot with my friends, and they'd
Yeah,
get something
yeah,
cool,
man.
and I'd get something cool. Like let's trade.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the deck really quick. Let's see if there's...
It's funny how we're like talking about the cards more than the show, but like.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
show was great too, guys.
yeah. No, I was mentioning like I watched the show, but I was definitely somebody who was more into the cards than the show as well.
I think I was both for me. The show made me want to get certain cards. Like the Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and
Oh yeah, I had that one. I had the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I had a few of them.
I have several pieces of Exodia, which was hard to get.
Yeah, I think I used to have some of those too, but again, I don't know what happened to my cards, man. Over the years, they just gone lost, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
Unfortunately, so I can't show you my stuff like Josh can because he has his, and I don't know where my shit was.
I have a little book somewhere that's got even more than that in it. But I don't know where it's at. I will have to find it. Anyway, the show is great too.
Like here are my cards. Well, all right, it's showtime.
I watched it all the way up to completion, and then they did spin-offs, which I did not like. I was not a fan of the spin-offs. I like the original a lot, and would probably still. I don't know if I actually could watch it again today, because
I believe that the first version was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they tried to make like a spin-off game too, with like Dungeon.
There was like
Dice
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Monsters.
GX or some shit, something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I didn't watch any of that.
I didn't either. They get like it's kind of like Harry Potter. It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh goes to school with new characters, and they get sorted into 3 different houses.
Oh, House U, House Gi, and O, or what?
I don't know. It was like I think one of them was. I don't even know, dude. Tell you the truth, it's been a while. I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
And I don't care enough, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's all good. I think we spent enough time on Yu-Gi-Oh anyway.
Moving on from Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I'm on. What number am I on? 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Next up is another show that I grew up with, which was kind of similar to Pokemon. This was Digimon. Um,
Oh, Digimon. This is an anime?
yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. If I had known, I probably would have put this in here. I didn't though. It's not, but I probably would have. I just again, it's one of those shows that I kind of watch, but like not. I don't know.
So for me, I liked Digimon more than Pokemon.
More than Pokemon.
Because the Digimon talked and had personality, and
Yeah, they said more than just their Pokemon, which they just said their
yeah.
names repeatedly.
Um, I want to say I only kind of watched like the first series and like the second series, and to be honest, I don't
Uh,
remember a hell of a whole lot about them. I just remember liking them more than Pokemon, and I liked them. And I feel like they had some cool games growing up that hasn't really continued into adulthood like Pokemon has. But yeah,
Also, going back to Yu-Gi-Oh here for a little bit, Jake
yeah.
says that there were the 3 Egyptian god cards for the houses.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like Obelisk the Tormentor and Ra and Slifer Sky Dragon or something.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on Digimon. Digimon is Digimon.
Digimon, digital monsters, dun 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 dun.
And there's I'm on number 15, and I have one honorable mention.
Oh, he's on the last one. Here we go.
Um, so the last one is Tales of the Abyss, the animation. Now, or the anime rather, is Tales of the Abyss was a video game first, and they made it. You know the Tales games. We saw some of it, the new one getting previewed at E3.
Mm-hmm.
They took some of these games and turned them into animes. And this one is probably my favorite one. Uh, because you see a lot of good character development in the main character called Luke. Luke von Fabre. I can't remember how you say his name. Um, Not very popular, I don't think, for an anime, but I enjoy it. I would probably still watch it again to this day because I like the character growth that he goes through. And I don't think you get that kind of growth in a lot of anime. You kind of get it. You get it here because it happens in the game as well. So, big fan. It aired in 2008, I believe, and it had some great moments in it. I enjoyed it,
11 years ago.
and it also has a pretty satisfying ending as well. And then my last one is, which this is just an honorable mention, is Kaichou wa Maid Sama, which is it's another one of those romantic comedies that I am such a fan of, about a girl that goes to school and she's like I think she's kind of like the student council president, and that she's very strict and like she's kind of like a boy hating dictator. That's how she's perceived, and but it turns out that she ends up working at like a maid cafe, and one of the popular boys at school finds out about this, and he starts trying to romance her. Um, and they get through all sorts of shenanigans and awkward situations. Um, and I think the anime only lasted like a season. The manga is done. Um, it is one of my favorites because I love romantic comedies, guys, in anime quite a bit. I like love. I love love. Okay?
I love love.
I love love.
Cool, man.
I love
Yeah.
a lot of actiony shit too, but
But he
um,
loves love, right?
uh huh. Listen. I am secure and man enough to be able to say I love love. Romantic
Yeah,
comedy,
man.
baby.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Damn right. But yeah, that's my list and my honorable mentions. If you have any comments on them, leave them in the comments on YouTube if you're there, or in the Discord, Daniel's Discord channel for Clockwork
Yeah, yeah,
Cantina.
yeah. get on my Discord server, and there's a Clockwork Cantina channel which you can
And you can also
leave.
tweet at me. Well, get all
Yeah,
that
you can
info
either
at the end.
you can either tweet Josh or you can leave feedback and stuff
But that's my
in
list.
my Discord channel.
Uh, and I hope
So
you
that was
liked it.
Josh's list.
I'm very bad at describing things other than I think it's cool. It has awesome music and good action. So.
Yeah,
So,
that's Josh's list, and some of the stuff on my list was in Josh's list, so mine will be shorter because of that. But yeah, we're gonna go straight into my list. So, since Pokemon was already taken away, we're gonna start off with a lot of the stuff on my list is kind of newer-ish. But some of the stuff is also kind of old. But anyway, number one on my one. Again, these aren't numbered, but like I just have them like written down here. Anyway. So we're gonna start off with My Hero Academia. It's a newer show that I think came out. I think it was maybe like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. How long has this show been on air for? My Hero Academia. It's been going on since shit. I believe the manga has been out for a while, but I think the TV show has been like 2016.
yeah.
So anyway, the manga has been out for a while, and the TV show is still going. But this show is awesome, man. It's a like superhero, like it's a superhero show with like high schoolers, I believe, and they're like, yeah, they're in school and whatnot, and they all have like pretty crazy. They all have like each individual quirks, powers or whatever they call them quirks. So, and they're all like different stuff, and they're all really. It's cool, man. Like there's the main character named Deku, and then there's fucking All Might, which is like the mentor hero guy who's like been in it for a while, and it's just like I don't want to give away stuff because it's awesome if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out. Just remember that All Might is the man, and I mean, yeah, All Might is awesome, dude. Like just. He's a character in the show that I think is probably my favorite character. He's not like one of the kids in the high school, but he's like the main, like the mentor guy. Like I said. But yeah, My Hero Academia, awesome show. Definitely one of my favorite animes. I had to include that in here, without a doubt. But yeah, awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, give it a shot. So that leaves that. Take that away. Next up here. We're going to be going with another superhero show. We're going with One Punch Man. So this one is a little more on the comedic side. It's another superhero show where the main guy is a superhero. The animation style changed from the first season to the second season. And also I enjoyed the first season more than I have the second. I need to catch up with the rest of the second season, but yeah, it's good, man. It's very particularly the first season is like awesome. There's some humor in it. The main character is like so simply like animated, like he's just a bald dude with like a very basic face. Like it's just funny, man. Like honestly, just like check it out. Because it's good stuff, man. And there are some also characters in this show that have like each their own power or whatever. And there's just one dude called the Moomin Rider who like literally he has like no powers. All he does is like ride a bicycle, dude. He's like in the middle of all this shit, and it's funny as hell, man. Like just it's funny as hell, dude. Moomin Rider is the best.
I watched a few episodes of this when it first came out. And
Yeah.
I plan on watching it again at some point when I have time.
Yeah.
I just remember the
stuff.
giant crab in episode 1. So.
Yeah. It's funny, man. It's funny. Season 1 is pretty rad. So definitely give that a shot. So that's 2 superhero shows in a row. And I probably would have gone with Dragon Ball after that, but we already talked about that. So we're gonna move on to Josh had a Gundam show on his, and I have a Gundam one as well, but mine's just Mobile Suit Gundam. What's not to like about giant robots with a lightsaber and a shield? You know what I mean? These giant fucking mecha dudes. Gundam is awesome, okay?
Damn right.
Gundam is fucking cool, man. This is a show that was like before my time, but I remember seeing a lot of this. And yeah, man. It's just what's not to like about a giant robot with a kick ass like lightsaber type thing and a shield. And I need to watch actually more like mecha animes because I know there's a lot like there are some newer ones like Gurren Lagann or whatever that's like from more recently that I just have not seen. But yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam, again, awesome stuff. Like anytime anyone mentions Gundam, this is what comes to my mind. I'm just gonna leave like a picture in the chat here. This is what I think of here, man. When somebody mentions Gundam, that's like immediately what comes to my mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, look at that shit, man. That looks fucking cool, man.
I remember as a kid, you could get like the models and like the toys and just like
Yeah, man. I think I actually had like a toy of fucking like one of the Gundams. I again, I don't know what happened to it because it's been years, but I think I might have had like a figure Gundam thing that was really cool. But yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam, really cool. Gundam is awesome. I have not actually seen too many of the other shows, but yeah, this is the one in particular that really that I really enjoy. Next up on my list is gonna be Attack on Titan. So this show is fucking nuts if you have not seen it. Attack on Titan is wild. Again, as I was saying, probably a lot of the shows on my list are gonna be newer. But I had to include Attack on Titan here because this show is wild, man. Like it's some pretty intense heavy shit on this, man. There's these giant naked flailing Titan things that just run around like fucking idiots, and they go around with their naked asses with no genitals, and they're just eating people, and like it's fucking crazy. Like it's that's just a very like stupid explanation of how the show is on my part. There's more to it than that, but like this show's crazy, man. Like it's wild. The characters are pretty awesome as well. I think it's like 3 seasons deep right now. I need to catch up on the most recent episodes, but I hear that the last few episodes have been like fucking bonkers. So,
I've read the manga a little bit.
Yeah, I have not read the manga, but I've been watching the show and I've been watching season 3, but I gotta catch up on it because
It's actually hard for me to watch,
I'm not caught
man.
up.
Just because the eating people makes me uncomfortable.
Dude, they like munch the shit. Like these big old naked things munch the shit out of you. They just like you hear like the crunch and you see the blood and all that stuff. It's fucking wicked, man. But yeah, dude, it's Attack on Titan is a great show. If you guys haven't seen it, give it a shot. So yeah, man, Attack on Titan had to be on here because it is wild.
I do not blame you at all for putting it on. I know you watch it quite a bit and really enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else I got on my list. From here we are gonna move on to Afro Samurai. So I forget if this is actually an anime. This is why
I think it is, isn't it?
I think so. I think that's why I put it in here.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Afro Samurai is pretty cool, man. It's pretty fucking rad. This is also another one of those shows that I remember like watching on like Toonami or some shit, and it was fucking wild, man. Like, yeah, it was cool, man. I forget if it's like a mini series or
Isn't it? I don't.
It was like really short. It wasn't that
He has
long.
a couple movies, doesn't it, too, as well?
Yeah. But anyway, the cast is pretty solid, man. Like Steve Bloom is in this, and Ron Perlman, and John DiMaggio, and I mean Sam Jackson was the main character. So
Mhm.
Phil Lamar and Yuri Lowenthal. These are all names that are in the show. T.C. Carson. So really, really cool, kick ass. I like samurai and ninja shit. So
Oh, he also had a video game.
yeah. I remember the video game. I played some of it, but anyway, yeah, it was. This is also one of those things that like I remember watching like back in the day. I haven't seen it recently, but like I remember watching it back in the day, and I really enjoyed it. So had to include that on here.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Toonami and stuff I used to watch back in the day, moving on, we have Sailor Moon. This is more of a, I suppose you could say, a more of a like girly show. But hey, man, I used to watch some girly shows back in the day. I
I
guess
feel like
like
if the current me went back in time, I would have watched it. But it was young me who was stupid and ignorant about that kind of stuff. That's like, this is too girly.
yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it. But
yeah, like
if I went back, I would definitely watch it now.
yeah, I watched Sailor Moon. I used to watch fucking Powerpuff Girls and shit too. I don't give a fuck, man. If it looked good, I used to watch it, so I don't care, man. But anyway, this one, yeah, again, this is one of those shows that I have not seen recently, but it's just something that I remember watching like way back in the day. That like I used to watch on Toonami. That like was fucking cool, man, because there was some pretty interesting stuff in there. There was like Sailor Moon, Sailor Jupiter, Venus, and the dude with the mask and shit. Like it was pretty rad, man. Yeah. So anyway, Sailor Moon was one of those things where I was like trying to come up with this list and construct it. I was like, yeah, that goes on there because it was one of those things that
Ah,
had to be on there. And again, I don't have a whole lot to say on these because I just haven't seen them in a while. And also, again, it just goes to show that I need to watch more anime because
yeah.
I have not. Like, there's a lot more stuff that probably would be on here, but it's just not because I just haven't seen it. So anyway, Sailor Moon is on here. We already talked about Yu-Gi-Oh. We talked about Dragon Ball. So let's see, how many other things do I have? Yeah, Death Note. I have Death Note on my list. So Death Note is something that absolutely I had to have on here as well because it was one of those anime that like I watched years ago. And yeah, man, I like me some Death Note. This show is fucking wild, like from
I
start to finish.
I tried to watch it, and it like hit me in a way the first few episodes where I was like, oh, I can't watch this anymore. It gets, and not in a bad way. It hit me in an emotional way where it was like, oh, that's so dark. I don't know if I want to watch this. And not that the show's bad. It's definitely not. But just those first few episodes hit me in a way
It's
where
kind of like
like,
Attack on
woo.
Titan for you, right?
Yeah. It's not like it's bad or that I even hate it. I would love to watch it. It's just
Mhm.
my mood has to be in the right spot for me to watch it, so I don't get super depressed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it's good, man. Death Note. Um, I think I believe I binged this all on Netflix like years back,
yeah.
and I just like went straight through it, and it's great, man. Great stuff. So I really enjoy it. And let's see, we only have a few more here to go, but yeah, Death Note. If you haven't seen it, it's one of those like it's actually one of the few like widely regarded anime shows that everybody likes
Hmm.
that you know that I have seen because there's a lot that I haven't like Naruto and Bleach and stuff like that I have not seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's good. I like me some Death Note. You guys should check it out. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. Now I only have a few more things on here, so we might as well just wrap it up here. Let's see. I only have I think two more. Let me go through this list real quick here.
All
Talked
right.
about that. All right, so I only have three more things.
Hmm.
So we'll go off with Tokyo Ghoul's Phenom is something that I have not seen. So again, I can't add it on here. I feel like it might be on here if I'd seen it. Psychopaths might be something else that I probably would have on here if I'd seen it, but I have not. Anyway. No, the next thing on my list is gonna be this is a bit of a strange choice, but it's called this is a show called Nichijou, My Ordinary Life. So this is a straight up comedy. Like this is probably the anime that I've watched has made me laugh the most, just because how ridiculous, silly, and just crazy wild this shit is. Like this thing is nuts, dude. Like, and like in the best way, because it's so funny, dude. It's so fucking funny. The ridiculousness is just insanity, dude. It is insanity. It's so fucking funny. It is honestly the funniest anime I've ever watched. It's only one season. I think it's like 25 episodes or something. It's like it was a show that came out back in like 2011. Super funny. Super funny. It's hilarious. At a certain point, there's a scene where this is gonna be out of context, but there's a scene where a school principal fucking suplexes a deer. Like it's fucking like he just like wrestles with a fucking deer, dude. It's wild, man. That's just one of like many crazy, ridiculous things in this show. So for me, that's my like out of left field choice, probably, just because it's just funny as hell, dude. Like that's all I could say. This is just a comedy. It's funny. If you're wanting to laugh at something, yeah, I'll get you guys a gift just because. Yeah, Phenom, I'll find the gift because it's funny as hell, man. Like if you're looking for an anime that you want to laugh at, I absolutely recommend this show because it is just else, man. So for that reason, I had to put that in there. And you know, Josh had mentioned earlier that he loves love. I have one love story here.
Oh damn!
It's one that I think a lot of people give shit for too. But to be honest, I didn't think it was that bad when I watched it. I watched it on Netflix like years ago, and that is Sword Art Online. So I've only seen season 1. I know a lot of people give this shit show, or a lot of people give this show shit. Is what I meant to say. But I thought season 1 was fine, man. Like it's fine. It's just nothing. I personally don't see anything wrong with the show. I know a lot of people like give it crap or anything or whatnot, but I thought it was fine, dude. Like
I've been
it was
meaning
enjoyable.
to watch it. I wanted to watch this for the
I
longest
liked
time
it.
and still haven't.
I know there's a season 2, but I've only seen season 1, and I like it. So it's definitely a love story. So I don't want to say more than that, but like I think it's good. So you guys should check it out. I recommend it. I can't speak on season 2 because I've only seen. Oh, Phenom cried at SAO. See?
Yeah, there you go.
That's how you know it's good. Yeah, man. But yeah, check it out, man, because I think it's a pretty neat, like, you know, love story. So that's my like, you know, anime love story of the list. And then finally, I have one more thing which I really like this anime. This one is called Black Butler.
I've heard a lot about this one.
This one is rad, dude. I also saw this. A lot of these animes I saw on Netflix, but this one is interesting, man. Like it's about like a kid who like loses his family and he has like a demon who like takes. It's wild, dude. It's so wild. I really, really enjoy this one, man. Anyway, before we move on with Black Butler, here's a gif of the Nichijou show I was talking. But yeah, back to Black Butler. It's let me see if I can. Yeah, sorry, dude, that's from the Nichijou show. That gif, it's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. But anyway, let me try to sell you guys on Black Butler because I really, really, really enjoy this show. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna give you guys a little brief synopsis summary here. A young boy sells his soul to a demon in order to avenge his family's death and successfully lead their influential toy manufacturing company. The demon takes the form of a loyal butler who is always dressed in black and is required to protect, serve, and arrive whenever summoned by his young master. See. So this show is awesome, dude. Like, I think this is like definitely one of my favorite animes of all time. This one's up there for me because it's just I really enjoyed this shit when I saw it. Apparently, this was from 2008 to 2010, so there's like 3 seasons of it. But yeah, man, it's really really cool. I absolutely recommend it. It's I wish we could play like a clip or something, but Josh hasn't seen it, so you guys should just if you have access to this, watch it, check it out. I highly recommend Black Butler. Like I said, it is like up there in my anime list because I really 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 enjoy this one.
Hell yeah.
And that is my list because we have talked about a lot of the things. I had some of the things that I had on my list. We talked about like Pokemon. We talked about earlier. Josh's list, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were on Josh's list, and Yu-Gi-Oh also on Josh's list. So
Time
there it is, man.
do.
That is our anime list. I absolutely recommend each and every one of those shows that I had on my list because they are all great in one way or another.
Yeah.
Depending on the mood that you're in, there's some variety in there. There's some that are similar, like Dragon Ball, My Hero, and One Punch, but they're all different in their own way. So definitely check them out. If there's anything that I've learned about making this list, is that I need to watch more anime.
Same, right? I need to watch some more.
There is a lot
stuff.
that I have not seen at all.
It's been years, man. It's really kind of like I need to watch some of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a lot that I definitely need to check out.
I don't know if Daniel's going to, but I tweeted my list out, so it's on my Twitter if you want to look at it. Up close, my list on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that, but
yeah.
Only because like I didn't even like complete an entire list. Like I had one option missing. Anyway, before we cap it off here, I'll give off some honorable mentions.
Yeah, go for it.
So the only reason why I didn't include these is because I don't know if they're anime or just animation.
Yeah, it's fine.
But Robotech, I fucking love me some Robotech. Another mecha, robot suit show.
Robotech.
Voltron, another giant robot thing. And I'm talking about the original Voltron, not the new one. I know that the new one is like animation straight up because it's on Netflix but I'm talking about the OG Voltron. That one, I put it on here because I think it's anime. But I mean, it would be on my list if it was anime. But if not, then that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, there's another one that I've seen that I only put this on my honorable mentions list because I've only seen a couple episodes of, and that's this one anime called Fairy Tail. And yeah, I honestly don't remember a whole lot other than it's an interesting little show that I've only seen a couple episodes. So anyway, that is my list. That's all I got for anime. Again, I need to watch more anime. There's a lot that I need to watch, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I heard I need to watch.
Absolutely.
Psycho Pass is one that I want to watch. Code Geass is one that I want to watch. There's just one on Netflix called Knights of Sidonia that I've been wanting to watch. Steins Gate is another one that I heard. Fucking.
I need to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo is another one that I heard was pretty good. Anyway, there's a lot. There's a lot that I need to get through, but as always, there's not enough time for all this stuff.
No, there's not.
Unfortunately, I'll get to these eventually, but I don't know, man. And then another thing about anime is that there's some of them are so long, so that makes it difficult too. But anyway, maybe someday I'll watch more of this stuff and we can maybe update the lists.
Yeah, and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do more of this after we watch. Pretty much anything where we rank a thing there's a good shot of it coming back again. Not even rank, but like
for sure. Yeah, just list things. Yeah. Yeah, Trigun Loki. I've heard of that one as well.
I've seen all of Trigun. It should have been on my list. I forgot about it.
I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen some of it like on Toonami and stuff. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It should have been on my list.
But
but
anyway,
we
that's
still
our
couldn't
list,
crack.
everybody. And hope you had fun with this episode of the Clockwork Cantina.
Yeah. We're gonna be wrapping things up here. Do we want to announce our next topic for the next
Absolutely,
episode? I
you
got
can.
it. I got a
Yeah.
sound bite queued up, guys.
Oh, so Josh is gonna give you guys a the name of our next week's topic, and if you'd like to go ahead and do that, Josh,
Yeah,
go
here we
straight
go. Here
ahead,
we
man.
go. Let's hope it. I think I got it in the right spot. If not, this is gonna go.
Okay, go for it, man.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Next
Our
week's
our
topic
next
is
topic is why don't you put her in charge? Which is gonna be we're gonna go through and find some of our favorite heroines from TV series, from movies, from video games,
video games.
that we like, and we're gonna. This is probably gonna be something that's gonna happen more than once, kind of like this series is.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be called "Why Don't You Put Her in Charge?" Um, which
So yeah,
yeah,
essentially, it's just we're gonna be getting, like Josh said, our favorite female heroines from movies, TV shows, games, and yeah. So keep an eye out on that. It's
Daniel
gonna
and
be
I.
fun.
This has actually been something we wanted to do before the podcast happened. This was like the name of one of
Yeah,
the
this is
segments we thought about.
something that we've had on our mind for a while now. So it's
So we get
something
to.
that's been in talks for a little bit that we're finally going to be doing next week. So keep an eye out on that, guys.
Why don't you put her in charge?
Yeah, I didn't hear the thing. Did you play it?
I played it. It should have went
Oh,
through.
okay.
Um.
Oh, well, I have stream muted, so that's
Yeah. You probably didn't hear it on here because my mic doesn't pick it up anymore. It used to pick up shit like that.
yeah. Otherwise, I probably would have heard it. But yeah, I haven't muted. So you
yeah.
guys heard it. Why don't you put her in
In
charge, man?
Yeah.
Anyway,
One of my favorite lines from Aliens. Why don't you put her in
so it's gonna
charge?
be fun. You
Uh,
guys can probably guess some of the ones that are gonna be on there. It's not too difficult to think
Yeah,
of some of them,
yeah.
but there may be some that surprise you. So keep an eye
yeah,
out. For it.
it gives us something to talk about while we like them and such. So.
Yeah, it's from Aliens. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, we thought it'd be a cool like that line works out perfectly, and we're gonna pick out some of our favorite female.
Oh damn,
heroes.
Kitty has a handful that we have to have on there.
We'll see about that, Kitty. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what she thinks.
But yeah, let's wrap up. We're gonna do our shout outs.
Yeah.
Let me swap over to Daniel's cam here. Transition. Boop. All right, Daniel, give us some shout outs.
All right. Hello, everyone. So thank you all for joining us today on this week's Clockwork Cantina Podcast. It's been a fun one. Next week, be there for our Why Don't You Put Her in Charge episode. That is next week, Saturday, July 6th. Today is the last episode of June.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. We've already been doing this for like almost 2 months, dude. It's insane.
I know, it's crazy.
But yeah, it's been fun. Thank you all for being here as always. Keep an eye out. Maybe tomorrow. I have a D&D thing with my character. We may or may not stream it. But keep an eye out for that because that'll be interesting. If not, then also next week we'll be playing our normal D&D game. On Sunday. But yeah, other than that, like stream stuff, I have I'm gonna be going through Brutal Legend. I started it last week and I'll be playing some more this week. So we'll be doing that on Monday. And we'll just be doing all kinds of different stuff, So check the stream out. I'm almost at 400 followers, so come on, you gotta get there. If we get to 500 followers, we get that 12-hour stream. So remember. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you all. Thank you, Josh, for as always for keeping the production side of things going. I think everything went smoothly today, man.
It did. Everything went great, I think. Which is good because I was afraid with these new headphones we might run into technical issues, but it appears that none have happened, which is great.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good stuff, man.
All right, let's do my shout outs. Hey guys, thanks everybody for showing up, continuing to show up and support the Clockwork Cantina, letting Daniel and I do what we love to do and talk about shit we love to talk about. If you like what you've seen, please hit that follow button down below. We appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube for Daniel's YouTube. Um, I think we will stream D&D tomorrow since Daniel seems to be okay with it, and that should be around 6 Eastern time, give or take, depending on if Daniel needs to do anything, or if anything comes up for me as well. Keep an eye on Twitter for those updates, and also on our Discords. I'm gonna have to yell at my players to not watch that stream because I kind of want to keep it secret from them. Coming up this week, just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Things might happen. They might. They might. I say that every week and then nothing happens. If you're watching this on YouTube, guys, come check out the Twitch stream so you can participate and chat with us. We do pull from the chat a little bit. We don't do it too much, but it's there. We do read it, and it does inform our decisions and things on some things, our thoughts. Like Loki gave me a movie recommendation based on my list. So.
Also, something just to interrupt for a second. Something that I forgot to mention was that we're always looking for future topics to talk about on the show. If you have a suggestion that you'd like, for a topic that you'd like us to talk about, feel free to message or tweet at Josh on Twitter, or put it in my Discord channel on my server, and we just may talk about that on the on the podcast eventually.
Damn right. My Twitter's over there, guys. You can see it right there. So tweet at me or post in the Clockwork Cantina on Daniel's Discord. And yeah, we would love to hear any suggestions, feedback, ideas, all that stuff. It goes to us making better, just being better. And I feel like every episode that we do runs smoother and gets better every time because I'm more used to running the production. So 100%. Please do. We need it to help. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think that's everything. Yeah. That's it, guys. That'll be it for us from here at the Clockwork Cantina. Take care of yourselves, and we look forward to seeing you next Saturday for Why Don't You Put Her in Charge. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye-bye.